Tainted Grail. The Fall of Avalon currently has more Twitch viewership than Oblivion Remastered. Released on May 23rd, the new open-world FPP game has received a very positive reception and is quickly becoming one of the hottest new titles on Steam. According to the developer Questline, Tainted Grail. The Fall of Avalon immerses the player in a dark fantasy realm inspired by Arthurian legends. The Fall of Avalon, which draws inspiration from the board game of the same name, is set in the same universe as Tainted Grail. Conquest. However, the two games are notably different. Conquest combined deck-building, roguelike mechanics with RPG elements. However, the latest installment takes a sharp turn, reimagining the formula as a Scrollslike, which is a fan-made term for games inspired by Oblivion or Skyrim. As a subtle sign of its success, The Fall of Avalon is now averaging around 13,000 viewers on Twitch. Meanwhile, Oblivion Remastered's viewership has dropped to just 4,000 in recent days. According to data from Sullinome, the newcomer seems to be resonating with fans of dark fantasy RPGs. It's currently among the top 30 most watched games on Twitch, and could gain even more traction following the recent wave of positive reviews. Bethesda's Oblivion Remastered hit several milestones, including a notable peak of over 200,000 Steam players at launch. However, its concurrent player count on the platform has since settled at around 40,000. In comparison, the new Oblivion-inspired RPG is averaging around 25,000 daily players. If its momentum continues, The Fall of Avalon could eventually surpass Oblivion Remastered's peak daily player count, which would be an impressive feat for a rising title. Since its launch, The Fall of Avalon has been compared with Oblivion Remastered, with some arguing that Questline's new FPP RPG even outperforms its inspiration in certain areas. For example, some people think the combat feels more intuitive, and the potion mechanics are notably easier to grasp. On the other hand, some critics argue that the new game's world isn't as expansive as the Elder Scrolls. Still, most players agree that The Fall of Avalon is one of the best indie games for fans of Bethesda's style.